number. And I tried to extrapolate out for 5 months at the high rate and 3 or 4 lower, but if you get down to it, and probably it costs as much to air condition the place as it does heat, I'm guessing, in the summer. So I don't know if you're gonna save that much over the 16. You probably might be able to lower that a little bit, but not enough to make it worthwhile, I don't think. So I wouldn't recommend changing it right now.
Okay. We leave it at 186.
Hope
Okay.
it's less, but.
Yep. Let's try to make it less. Thank you for all the turnoffs and everything you do to keep the electrics down. Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion by Representative Chandler, second by Representative Umberger to approve 771-603, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Okay, let's go to the laundry department. Bottom line number of that is 146,058. Is there a motion, discussion?
Salaries, up another 15, 16,000, is that a new hire also for the laundry?
No, there isn't.
30 cents an hour, I think it's 1.5 people,
That's correct. That's correct.
1.5 people in the laundry.
And there's a coding issue. They found the laundry and housekeeping are closely aligned. So that is,
If I may?
Wait a minute.
so then when we look at housekeeping, you'll see that it's less than what we've actually. So it's the coding that's so important, and we're trying to get staff to code in the right areas. So there hasn't been an increase in laundry staff. There hasn't been an increase in housekeeping. They do float between the two areas, but there isn't an increase.
Representative Chandler?
No, Okay,
15,000?
How many people are employed?
1.5 people in the laundry. And how many in housekeeping?
I believe there are 11.
11 in housekeeping.
So we're looking at, for the two departments together, 100 or 290 roughly.
You do the math, I don't.
If they're combining them, kind of, the housekeeping salaries are down about $8,000. So
What
it's
page
about a
is that on?
$7,000 increase.
Page 26 for the housekeeping, it's the next one. Does anybody want to make a motion or continue
Question.
discussion? Yes, Representative McConkey.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Under equipment maintenance and repair, are we adding a new washing machine or something? What are we doing? 2,500?
082 for going from what we spent last year at 740 up to 2,500.
Your equipment is getting older, and it's security because we've had some problems this year.
Yeah, we've, last year, we didn't do any preventative maintenance to the laundry equipment. This year I plan to. It really needs to be done annually. Neglected it last year. We did end up having a couple of repairs, but I think preventative maintenance is very important, and that should be on top of
And that 2,500, you get parts for it. Representative McConkey.
So we're going to repair what we have. And there are 2 laundry facilities, am I right? One at the jail and one here, or do we just use one?
For the nursing home uses just our laundry facility. We don't use the jails.
And if
That's 7 days a week, right?
Yeah,
I'm sorry?
yeah, there's one
7
shift.
days a week.
Laundries in the nursing homes used 7 days a week.
Okay. And at the jail, are we using 100% capacity of what they have over there for machines? Is there extra washer dryers over at the jail that are not being used?
I can't speak to that, but I know that in discussions about remodeling the nursing home laundry, we were planning on taking one of their washers and dryers in exchange for a small capacity washer that we have that we don't use, trade off of equipment.
Okay.
At the moment, that's not on the table.
No, but it's in the air.
It's in the cloud, I like that.
Yeah, in the clouds. Go ahead, Representative McConkey, further?
Madam Chair, what was,
No, McCarthy. Go
What was
ahead.
the outcome of the 300,000 in salaries for housekeeping and laundry combined?
What's the question?
What was the outcome? I asked a question about the laundries, and they said they intermingled with housekeeping. You look at housekeeping, their salary, 258,000, and then 41,000 for laundry. It comes up to a few dollars short of 300,000.
Well, as I,
Yes, Representative Chandler.
thank you. I don't know why they're commingling, but nonetheless, the actual salaries in housekeeping are down $8,000. And the actual salaries in laundry represents up 16, so there's a total increase of about 8,000, which just reflects the raises.
Madam Chairman,
Yeah.
the reason why we don't have two people in laundry is because we don't need two people. We only need 1.5. So we share one of the housekeeping people into the nursing home. I believe it's on weekends.
Okay. Does anybody want to make a motion on 146,058?
I'll move it.
There's a motion by Representative Umberger to approve 146,058 under the laundry department. Is there a second by Representative Schmidt? Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Okay, let's go to housekeeping department. We have 11 people in there. And their bottom line number is 463,909. Representative Batson.
Why are we going on floor supplies from the usage last year of roughly $2,700 to $6,700 approved this year?
Because we have twice as many floors.
More
Floor
floors, bigger
supplies.
space?
Floor supplies, I would
Brand new
assume.
last year.
On floor supplies, Sandy, do you know why we're going from 26 to 67?
We have more floors.
Okay, that's a good answer.
We do. We don't have to wax, but we sure have to wash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there's a lot of floors to wash.
it's good.
Well, that's another.
And it is nice that our floors are clean. The old nursing home, they weren't so clean. That's
They
good.
were clean.
No, in the old nursing home. I got caught on that for a while. Any further discussion? Yes, Representative
Uniform
Carter.
expenses, what, 115% or so, from 600 to 15?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that one.
There's under uniform expenses, under 052, and I assume that uniform expenses is gonna be changed to clothing, but we can do that right now. So it's gone from 600 that we spent for 2011, going up to 1,500.
If staff turn in their receipts or, feel as though that their uniforms, that there's a sense of responsibility. If you come, you're presentable and everything is fine, staff may not need to have a new uniform. If they do need a uniform, they will turn in their receipts and they will be reimbursed. But we do require that every person in housekeeping and the laundry, because of the nature of working in the hallways with residents, et cetera, that they do wear scrub uniforms, and so that is.
Go ahead.
Is that something new, or was that, was that the same way over at the other?
The same way.
Same way.
The same way.
Well, if it's been the same all along, why did $900 increase?
It's again, if every person turned in their receipts for those that are employed, that would total that amount of money. And that's how we look.
If everybody asked for new uniforms, so you budgeted the maximum amount.
That's true.
Okay, any further discussion? Is there a motion to approve the housekeeping department at 463,909? There's a motion by Representative Schmidt, is there a second? A second by Representative Scalia. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed?
No.
And McCarthy in the negative. Okay, physical therapy department. We go to bottom line.
What about
Well,
pharmacy?
Physicians
Oh, I'm
and
sorry,
pharmacists.
pharmacy. Physicians and pharmacy, That's at 101,248. Discussion? Yes, Representative Babson.
We've realized quite a impressive drop in the cost of meds at the jail through these two gentlemen the doctor and his assistant. Do we do anything like that at the nursing home?
Sandy?
I happened to speak with the company that Jason is working with presently in regard to, and making a fine drop in pharmaceutical costs, or charges. The problem with it is that we need to have someone nearby. You know, we can't have medication mailed to us. We need to have, so we need deliveries every day. We need someone on site reviewing 103 records a month as per the federal guidelines. So there's a lot more that is factored into our pharmacy line than just the actual cost of the medication. And it's heavily regulated. But we did look at it this year, and that's an area that we need to keep a close eye on, and you're perfectly correct in your statement.
Representative Umberger.
Yes, we're showing in that particular total an $11,000 increase. And our consultant fees are going up from 55 to 68. And so why do we, I don't understand. From last year, we had roughly 100 people in the old nursing home.
96.
Okay, 96. So it costs us $13,000 for 7 patients in order to consult on medicine. I mean, that's what we're saying. And of this 55 that we spent, half a year was in the new nursing home. So I'm just a little confused as to why we need an additional $13,000, unless the contract for our consultant went up significantly.
It did go up significantly. In all of the county homes, we went from $125 per bed per month to $5.50 per bed per month, per occupied bed. And this is, most of us had Omnicare as far as our pharmaceuticals, and it was.
I'm not talking about the pharmaceuticals, I'm talking about the consultant.
That's what it is. Lumped in with our pharmacy is a pharmaceutical consultant charge, and that is part of the pharmacy, overall pharmacy looking. So it did increase dramatically.
The other one is
Yes.
I think if it's something you better save money, not spend more.
Well, no, this is the county nursing home, remember, nothing's too good for the county.
So the consultant cost went up at about $5.50 per bed per month. Is that what you're saying, Sandy?
No, that's the charge. It went
Yeah.
from $125 to $125 to $5.50 per occupied bed per month.
Increase of $5.
An increase, yes.
Yeah. Okay,
So it went to $130 per bed per month? Is that what you're saying?
30.50, 130. Sandy, did it go up to 130.50? At
Well, it's
130
based on
to,
occupied bed, it's based on occupied bed per month. So there is a fluctuation or an opportunity for that,
yeah.
depending on what our average is.
Representative Foot.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Sandy, just a question about the consultant cost. That's lumped in now with the pharmacy charges, is that correct? Okay. Is there a possibility at all of bidding those separately? Could you hire a consultant less, or have
What we're
you?
working on is a
Yeah.
formulary, and we look at our charges every month as far as medications, and actually are even doing that closer, not every month, but once every couple of weeks, to look to see if, again, I've spoken about, the best the most prudent med for whatever kind of treatment. But when you have, if you look at your pharmacy bills, if you go to the pharmacy and look at the charges you have, they're astronomical. So we're meeting with the pharmacy, with our medical director, to see if we can be prudent in regard to have a very good drug for a better price. And so we're establishing a pharmacy, which will be adopted this year.
Okay.
Representative Umberger?
Oh, go ahead, Gene, you
No, I
have the
just
same
have
thought.
to comment, why, I would think that's what the consultant would be doing. It seems to me if we're hiring, I don't understand the
The
relationship.
consultant will give us reports such as that. The consultant, though, looks at every medical record, every medication administration record, to see, looking for interactions, looking for lab work, scrutinizing the record, scrutinizing the response that a resident may have had from the medication, and working with staff and medical staff and residents, just to make sure that we're doing the right thing.
Representative Fleck and then Babson.
Just to clarify again, the role of the consultant, really, that role is to look at the appropriate medication per occupant, per person in the nursing home, correct? And make sure that it assesses reactions and so forth, negative and positive. The role of the consultant is not to find the best deal for the nursing home in the purchase of pharmaceuticals. Is that?
Obviously.
No, I mean, no.
No,
Is
no,
that-
well, what they will do is that what her findings will go into the pharmacy, and then they will look to see if a resident was on X medication, or if they had chosen another one, what is the cost ratio? And we can look at that for educational purposes as far as our medical staff.
But the consultant's role is not to line us up with the best pharmaceutical provider in terms of cost. Is that, it really is an assessment of medical effectiveness.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay.
It might be, and I don't know whether you can do this, whether you can split them, so we see the pills and we see the consultant. I don't know whether you can split those accounts. Representative Babson and then Representative McCarthy.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Sandy, is this consultant a resident consultant, or does he come here once a month, or once a week, or she, or whoever it is?
She comes multiple times a month. They look at, they come and they look at the chart, they review the chart, they do med pass with the staff, they look at the housing of our medications, they do it, they're constantly looking to make sure that we're doing the right thing and housing our medications appropriately, and this is done every month.
What is the name of the company?
Omnicare.
Okay, thank you.
Representative McCarthy and then Representative Umberger.
Would you go over the cost again? If I heard you, there's 103 beds. Let's assume they're all occupied. So it's $5 per month per occupied bed, is that
$5.50.
$5.50 per month per occupied bed?
That's correct.
I thought that was the increase.
And we had $1.25 per,
$125 a month,
yeah.
flat fee before.
Paula says it was $125 a month flat fee. Essentially, we received a letter from Omnicare, and all of the other county homes did as well. And basically, they had increased their cost for their charge for private nursing homes a year or so prior. They dragged their feet on the charges for the consultant for the county homes, and we were notified the end of October, 1st of November, that effective immediately, or as we could review this, that our rates per the Office of the Attorney General, they needed to have medications, their charge for consultant fees to be same across the board.
Follow up, please?
Yes, follow up.
I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm figuring it wrong, but, that's $550 or something like that a month. Times 12, that doesn't come out to 68,000.
They're not the only consultant in that line item. We
How
have-
many consultants are there?
We have a music therapist, a dentist, machine that we rent in physical therapy. Our psychiatrist is in there. There's about 4 or 5. It's not just one.
You have a consultant for consultants?
Representative Umberger.
Okay. I am worse than confused now, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but, let me try to understand this. The pharmacy consultant costs us $130.50 per bed per month. Is that correct?
The total cost for the consultant is $5.50 per occupied bed per month.
Oh, so it's $5.50 for this
Right,
consultant?
it has increased. We had, as Paula's saying, it was $125 per month, and it's increased to $5.50 per occupied bed per month.
Okay, so we used to pay a flat fee of $125, no matter how many patients you had. Okay, now it is $5.50 per bed.
Increase.
No,
No,
not increase, that's where I'm getting
About
confused.
$550 a month more now.
Okay, so it's $5.50 per bed.
Well, she just said it was 550 more.
No, no, no.
Well, she just said that.
I know,
Sorry.
but that's why I've been confused. Because we're no longer paying the flat fee of $125 per bed. We are instead paying $5.50 per bed. I'm sorry. Instead of paying the flat fee of $125 a month, we are now paying per bed of $5.50. And that's where the cost increase occurs. Is that correct?
that's correct.
Okay, thank you. That was extremely confusing. And so in this consultant line, if I may, I'm sorry.
Yes.
In this consultant line, we have our pharmacy consultant, and that's required by law or by what?
There is a federal tag that states that we do have to have, and there's several pages worth of guidelines that the medication is reviewed on an ongoing basis.
It's required. It's mandated
It's
that you do
mandated.
this from the feds.
Now, the next question I have is, do the private pay insurance companies pay this cost?
This is all taken care of by the per bed rate. We don't charge, it's, one level of care. So they have that, they pay for the medications.
That wasn't my question.
No, they're not paid, no, they're not charged for that
Okay,
cost.
so the private care patients are not being charged the $5.50?
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
It's in the rate.
Well,
It's in the rate.
It's in the rate.
right, but we're not getting reimbursed for that from, other than the fact that they're paying.
No, and you can't charge for that either.
Representative Chandler.
Yes, thank you. Since we're under physicians and pharmacy, I'd like to ask a specific question on the consultants. How much does it cost for the consultant in the pharmacy line? How much is that cost per year? Not per bed, per day, per month, per hour, what, per year? They've asked for $68,000. How much of that is a pharmacy consultant?
6,678.
We're looking at our calculators again.
I'm not.
I know you are not, but the staff is, so if you would
Because I
wait
don't know
for
what
your
numbers to give you.
answer. Understand that, so if you just, I just want to know why you don't have an instant number.
A little over $8,000 policy.
So if I may.
Yes.
So of the $68,000 that's put in under physicians and pharmacy, only $8,000 of it should be there. I don't know who the other, could you tell me who the other consultants are? Or what they're doing?
We have a music therapist, a dentist, a psychiatrist, those are all in that line item. Kathy just went to get a detail, I believe, but there's more than one consultant in that line item.
If I may.
Yes.
I've gathered that, I'm just questioning whether those people shouldn't be in physical therapy, recreational therapy, or social services or something. But now, that makes it a lot clearer. Here I was thinking we're spending $68,000
On
to
one
consult
person.
on a $100,000 pharmacy bill. That doesn't make sense. $8,000, I guess it does, I don't know. It would be a lot clearer, it would save a lot of time if we had something like that, so that's all.
So what is happening is that it might be a good thing to break out consultants from pharmacy.
Well, I don't think so at some point.
But at some point, that is a suggestion we are giving, and Kathy is coming up with that. Do you want to wait till you get the answer to that?
I
or
mean,
do you
I don't
want-
care about doing it this year, but I would certainly hope that next year is there any reason?
You want it broken out?
I would think so,
Okay.
yeah. That would have saved a lot of questions this time if we'd known what it was, that's all.
I mean, and those people aren't physicians, they're
Right.
consultants.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Madam Chairman?
Do you want to hold that? Yes, Representative Bampson and then McConkey.
I think Representative Chandler has a good point. If 8,000 of this is for the drug consultant, and you put it down under physical therapy or occupational therapy or any of these, and we obviously have them, are they consultants for the physical therapist? Do they come in here and consult the physical therapist, or, I mean, it's all very confusing.
Let's take the music consultant. Sandy, what does the music consultant do?
You can move, they work one-on-one with residents that may not respond in other ways, but certainly we're responding to music. You know, we certainly can put that as a separate line item under either therapy or rehab, or we could move it to, recreation, either one. There is a component where we have a, as Paula was saying, therapy equipment that's here, it's a rental. We can move that under. I mean, this has been this way for quite some time. And I've just, I finally get to the sense of, and you wonder, well, why is it the way it is? It's been that way.
It's been this way.
It's a great time to change, and we certainly can move or make some line items more specific so that the process will be easier.
Yes, because we have never really, as far as I can remember, we have never really discussed this line item, this whole department before. So now we have it. So I think for next year, you need a little bit longer breakout and figure out where it's going. Yes, Representative Umberger.
Yes, if you look at under physical therapy department, there is a line there for consultant. It shows 0. So that would make me believe that they don't have any physical therapy consultants, when in fact, they're up here
Yeah.
under consultants.
Did you see that consultant under physical therapy?
Yeah,
Right below it.
23.
No money.
Right
Zero,
below it.
3, 0.
It's been a while since it had money in it.
Okay, all right, that.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, that consultant right there, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
I would-
Yeah.
I'll make a motion if you want, because I don't, but then if
You're
people,
talking about that.
and change it next year.
I don't think that we can do an awful lot to break it out
I
now
would
because
just
we
move
haven't.
the
had-
amount of $101,248.
Okay,
With
Rep-
the, I guess you could say an amendment, that next year, these consultants be broken out into the appropriate places.
Okay. There's a motion by Representative Chandler to approve 101,248 with the recommendation that the consultants be break it out next year. Is a second by Representative Knox.
May I?
Representative McConkey and then Umberger. Not McConkey, McCarthy, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have a question. Is there any scenario where a bed can be charged more than once a month? 103 beds that are occupied, assuming,